Women, I just want to talk to you for a minute. And the man, too. You all go together. This is really the time that we have to come together as women and as men. But I believe it lies in the hands of women, the mothers of civilization. You're the ones who bring the boy babies and the girl babies into the world. You're the ones that they get their teaching, their nurturing, their upbringing from. It's up to us women to nurture, train, and teach our children and raise them up in the way that they shall go, should go, can go. And that's why I want to start these net series about identity issues with women. I think we have to face the fact that many of us don't know who we are, even though we said we know who we are. The first point of reference is that you got to have a foundation. If you don't have a foundation, you don't have anything. Again, one of the main questions we have to ask ourselves, and who am I, is that then if you know who you are, then who do you belong to? You don't belong to yourself. You don't belong to your spouse. You don't belong to the world. You don't belong to other people. Who do you really belong to? And that gets really to the creation question of how did you get here? Look, I didn't come here on my own. You didn't come here on your own. We came through our mother's womb. But how did our mothers get here? How did humanity get here? We got to settle that question. And I think if we settle that question once and for all, set the foundation of our life, we'll have something solid to walk on and move forward toward in the future. See, I have a creator. You have a creator. You need to know who that is. Who created you? I know we buy into a whole lot of mess out here, about, and Adam fell from the sky and then, the earth formed and therefore creation came about. I know we heard a whole lot too about evolution, how we evolved from, certain animals and what have you. But even in the main crux of understanding how we got here, that even wherever we came from, whatever was here, again, was created by a higher source, a higher being. So we got to figure out who that higher source is for us. Now, I know who it is for me. And I'm not here to question your source, but I am here to tell you about mine. And then maybe, again, we can begin to understand some things about each other, because we really, truly don't know each other. And it might help if we understood ourselves and understand who our creator is. See, the first question is that if I didn't create myself, if you didn't create yourself, if you know that another human being can't bring you into the world, another human being cannot, again, bring forth a human being. Or we can take the female and the male, a sexual testosterone and progesterone and put that together. Or we can put the egg with the male sperm and again through that process insert that in a host and bring forth a human being out of the womb. But again, we didn't create it. It started from a higher source. And so you got to come to terms with the higher source. Who is that? To see, for me, is God. And I like to say again, I do. And I am a firm believer of God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. That's how I found myself. Oh yeah, I dibbled and dabbled with a whole lot of things when I was lost also, not knowing for sure who I really was. But then I came to myself, I found myself, and once you find yourself, you set yourself on a firm foundation and you move forward and you follow that and you start to see things work in your life. And that's exactly what happened to me. Because at one point in my life, I was lost And it didn't make any difference about how much education I had, how much status I had, the kind of jobs I had or whatever. I was lost. And so many people in the world today are lost. They don't know who they are. They can't find themselves, and they're searching for themselves through people, through places, and through things. Can you just look at the world and see how lost people are? They really are lost. And so what we have to do is to figure this question out. First of all, settle that, and then we can begin to define ourselves in terms of who we are. Has to be defined in terms of who God is. And what I say that based upon that fact, since I know who I am and I know who created me and who I serve, that I'm sacred. Do you know that you're sacred? That means, again, there is something inside of you, something divine, something that is more than just human and natural and of the flesh. There is something that is spiritual. And I want to tell you again that spiritual supersedes anything that's natural. We live in a natural world, we live in natural flesh. That's one part of the process. But there's something above this flesh, something above this which is natural. And that's the spiritual realm. And only until we connect with the spiritual realm and understand what that is to us will we be able to get in touch with that divinity within ourselves and understand the sacredness within ourselves. And that sacredness means that we can do anything that we want to do. We have the power to do anything that we want to do. And then if we have that source of that power, then we look toward that power that speaks to us. That speaks to spirit. It doesn't speak to my flesh. It speaks to my spirit. And then my spirit speaks to my flesh. We have got to figure this question out. And so the next few sessions I want to take you on is actually to take you on the process that I went on in terms of how I began to kind of process this of who am I really? Who am I really? After falling from grace, after, again, almost destroying my own life, after going through so many terrible things in my life, to finally find myself through figuring out who am I and who do I belong to? I have the answer today. And I can help you find the answer for yourself. And once you get to that point, then we can help, again, navigate through this world. And we can teach our children and nurture our children. And we can begin to make choices in our life that are good for us and good for our children and good for the community, society as a whole. We'll be able to figure this stuff out. And we won't fall trapped to all the stuff that's going on around us. We'll understand what's going on around us. And most people don't understand what's going on around them right now. But see, God, who I serve, I have an understanding of what's going on around me. And I think someone said it the other day when I was listening to a broadcast. Hey, this is spiritual warfare. This is not a battle between people, flesh and blood. This is a battle between spiritual wickedness in high places. It starts with the spiritual realm where the enemy is, and then it comes down to the natural realm, and it attacks people and uses people as hosts to carry out these dangerous plans. And you gotta be able to have some understanding of that. Otherwise, you're gonna always be fighting people instead of tapping into the source of your strength, of your power that can help you fight the enemy that is all around you and keep the enemy off of your children, off of you. And when we can figure this thing out, we can walk forward victoriously indeed. And so I want you to, again, subscribe to this channel. I want you to tell your friends about this channel. I want you to like this broadcast if you liked it. Please put like. Please tell your friends about it. Again, it's Alice Austin Noel, Noell, on YouTube. And I represent, again, what is sacred inside of us I represent again the understanding that we must know who we are. We must understand our identity, and we must understand that it goes beyond people, places, and things. As a higher connection. We got to connect to that higher connection, and then we'll be able to understand everything that's going on in this world. And so I want you to also remember that I have a book that I put out called Sacred Identity. Yes, yes, yes. You got to get this. You got to get it. You got to get it. It explains a whole lot. It puts us at a level where we need to be. But it says here, a book for every woman who faces crisis identity. And again, even if you don't think you face it, you may face it. Because sometimes we stand in denial about our own selves. Or if you never know the answer to it. The question is, who am I? If somebody asks you, who am I? Who am I? Who are you? What would you say? What would you say? What would you say? Other than just saying, I'm a mother, I'm a teacher, I believe in this, whatever. There's a whole lot more that goes to the question, to the core is deep. And it's also for the men who dare to love the women in your life and understand what this is all about. You got to get in touch with this. Again, you can contact me, make comments, contact me. Yeah, the information's right here. I'm trying to get this YouTube thing down packed. I haven't got it all down packed yet, but I got it here. Like, if you want to, again, purchase this book, if you want to get in touch with me, email me at sacredidentity9@gmail.com. You can email me, ask questions that you want to ask. Again, if you want to purchase this book, Amazon.com for the hard copy. And then again, you can get it on Kindle. Again, we can make, you can find me on Instagram, on Twitter, again on Facebook, Alice Austin North. Again, I hope you have enjoyed what I had to say today. And so remember, again, it is time to find yourself. And in finding yourself, you find the one that gives you the strength and gives you the power to do what you need to do. Have a good day. Bye.